Hello everyone, how are y'all? I hope everyone is doing well and all are eagerly waiting for the lessons to be learned. And what are the lessons that we should learn? Decisions, decision making, and that is the thing which we are going to learn in this particular poem of class 9 syllabus, and it is The Road Not Taken. So let's see what it is. It is from the Beehive Books of class 10 and it's written by Robert Frost. And you can have a look at him here, and there is a quotation that I had taken. You can have a look at it later. It is really interesting to find out why this particular poem is something very important. Why is it so? It all comes when the time comes. It means you need to take a decision for everything, be it a simple thing like purchasing stationery to any kind of thing which you have to decide upon in your life. So let us first read the whole poem and then go line by line and understand what is there in it. So here we go. The Road Not Taken by Robert Frost. Two roads diverged in a yellow wood, and sorry, I could not travel both and be one traveller. Long I stood and looked down one as far as I could, to where it bent in the undergrowth, then took the other, just as fair, and having perhaps the better claim, because it was grassy and wanted wear. Though, as for that passing there, had worn them royally about the same, and both that morning equally lay in leaves no step had trodden black. Oh, I kept the fast one for on the day, yet knowing how way leads on to way, I doubted if I should ever come back. I shall be telling this with a sigh. Somewhere, ages and ages hence, two roads diverged in a wood, and I took the one less travelled by, and that has made all the difference. I hope you have got a little bit of an idea the moment the whole poem is read, isn't it? So the whole thing, let's go line by line and understand what is there. It's a very short one, easy to understand, and it will be fixed in your brain so that you can get it back and write well in your exams. So the first stanza. Two roads diverged in a yellow wood, and sorry I could not travel both, and be one traveller. Long I stood and looked down one as far as I could, to where it bent in the undergrowth. So before I proceed to explain what is what, let me tell you the meanings of these words, which you may know or might not know. So let's see the first one. Diverged. What is the meaning of the word diverged? Here, it is separated and took a different direction. In case, let us imagine that the poet wanted to walk. He is maybe here trying to walk this path. And then what happened? This particular road has diverged into two paths. So here, how many people are there? There aren't many, there's only one. One person, and he is the poet, and he has to take a decision. And that's the reason why we have here the word diverged. When there are choices, you ought to make a decision as to what you're going to do. And next one is yellow wood. We all know that the word wood is taken for forest, and here we have a forest with decomposing leaves, and that too this is not a normal variety of a forest. Actually, it is a common feature. Whenever there are leaves falling down, we understand that from light green they become dark green to yellow, yellow to brown, and then they become blackish. It's the process of decomposing, and that's the reason why he says yellow wood, because maybe many leaves had fallen down. We have here undergrowth. This is nothing but the dense growth of plants and bushes, means the forest. Now, in case I draw a picture, let me draw here with my own style, whatever I can. If at all we have here this forest in this manner, it's not just the trees which are there, isn't it? We have plenty of shrubs and bushes. So these are smaller ones which can be in this manner. So it's dense, it's thick. And that's the reason why we cannot walk comfortably in a forest. If it had been only trees, it's fine. We can just make our way whichever direction we wanted to go. But that's not the case. The problem is with the shrubs and the bushes. And that is the undergrowth. In case we take life experiences, let us take a decision that you have taken. It can be anything. It can be a short-term one, or else it can be something for the long term. In case you had taken something for the short term, maybe let's say that you wanted to become better at English, or you wanted to score good marks in a subject which you are poor in. That can be your short-term goals. And what happens to them? Can you reach them? Can you show your full potential and get the required results? It might happen, it might not happen. It can happen in case you don't have any kind of speed breakers. I'm using the word speed breakers here. It's exactly like these shrubs and the bushes. So what are these shrubs and the bushes in our real life? Distractions, avocations, the way you don't want to focus on that one particular thing and your mind gets diverted. And that is the reason most of us do not reach our target. In case you are able to reach your short-term goal, your long-term goal is automatic. Do this, that's done. And that's the reason why the poet is talking about a forest with plenty of shrubs and bushes which are the undergrowth here. And the next thing that we have is looked down one. What's the meaning of look down one? It's not looking down in this way. It is to look far beyond to see how far that path goes. Does it turn any direction? Can he judge what is going to be next or beyond that particular point? That is what he means to say when he says look down one, in order to find out how it is, or else simple to take a decision. So this is what is there in the first stanza. When it comes to the rhyme scheme and the other things, I'm going to deal it in the end. But even now, you can have a little bit of an idea. Whenever it is a rhyme scheme, what do? We take every line of the poem, the last word, and then we go to the last syllable. So we have here would and both, stood, could, and growth. So we just take here would. So here it is would, here it is earth, and here it is earth. Here also we have would. When there is could, even though there is L, we know that it is silent. So would can be taken as A, stood can be taken as A, and could, this also can be taken as A. And the remaining two, that is both and undergrowth, can be taken as B. It's very easy. Once you get to know how to find out the rhyming scheme, any new lines are given also in your examinations, it becomes that easy. So let's now go to the next stanza. This is stanza 2. Then took the other just as fair, and having perhaps the better clean, because it was grassy and wanted wear, though as for that the passing there had worn them really about the same. Now the poet is talking about the next thing that he has to do. See, every person does something or the other, and when you have to do one activity, it's not that if you finish that activity, it's an end. No chance. Something else is ready. Something else has to be done. So here the poet says, and then took the other. What did he do? Did he take something previously? Yes, in case you remember, there was the path, isn't it, which had diverged into two paths. He had looked down. That means he had checked how far that path is going. Is there any possibility for him to understand what could be the next step? And here, once he had taken a look at the first road, now then took the other. Then took the other means he started to look at the second road. Let me write here first and second. This is the first path and this is the second path. So, he did not show any kind of a partiality or he was not judgmental. He took same time that he had taken for checking the first path and the second path. And then see what he tells us. Before that, let me tell you what the meanings are and then I'll go to that. Fair. Here, as good as the other one means equal. First path, second path. How is the first path? Where did it bend? Means what kind of opportunities are there in store for the first direction or for the first decision that you are taking, or else it can be your goal. What is there for the first one? And then he is checking the other one. Claim, that is better option. He is telling that maybe the second one has a better claim, means a better option or better opportunities. Say some kind of job opportunities are in one way, some others are in another way. Some things, without even much kind of difficulty you get. Some of them you have to struggle and struggle and struggle and then you are going to get. The thing which you might struggle a lot and get might be something which is going to give you better returns. And don't think that if at all you are not going to struggle and you simply learn something and get a post, you are not going to have better returns. That's a different thing. What you need to do here is take a proper decision. So, he is telling that both of them were almost equal. But then he is making another kind of a judgment, a guessing. And this is not done blindly. It is done with some kind of a solid proof. And what is that? So, he is telling, and perhaps that better claim because it was grassy and wanted wear. So, what is grassy? Grassy is full of grass and unused. In the previous stanza, we had seen that whenever we have trees, we can understand that leaves fall down. Correct? And these leaves are not dark green. When they are falling itself, they are yellowish. And in course of time, this yellowish color changes into light brown and then dark brown and later on black. They get integrated into the soil. It's fertile. That means, see, this is again a different kind of a feature. Let's not go into details about what is happening here. But understand one thing here, that one path. Let me see here once again. In case you have here the first path, it's good. He says it's quite good. And he's now talking about the second one. He's telling that maybe it is better. In what way is it better? It is because there is grass. That means people had not walked on it. Wanted where? See here. The meaning of the word wanted where is had not been used. Someone could take up that career. It means that all people are not ready to take up challenging tasks. Some of them might not take. Isn't it? Now recently the government has told that there is NDA opening even for the girls. How many of the girls would jump in and say, hey, come on, I'm going to take it? Not all. Isn't it? Very few of them might take it up because it's challenging. It's not just one option which is there. There are n number of them. And here the poet is just talking about the decision that he had to make in connection to these two paths. He has just two options. Maybe he has to choose one. One that could suit him better or which could give him happiness, joy, contentment. And once all these things are there, life is, comfortable. And he's telling that though as for that the passing day had worn them equally about the same. Just before, the poet said that the second path is what? Grassy. That means very less number of people might have taken it. But in general, we find that both of them are more or less the same. That is what he means by this second stanza. I hope everyone understood it. Same thing again, you can apply the rule of finding out the rhyme scheme as we had done in stanza 1. You will get it automatically. Let us now go to the next stanza and see what the poet tells. And both that morning equally lay, in leaves no step had trodden black. Oh, I kept the fast for on the day, yet knowing how way leads on to way, I doubted if I should ever come back. So, in the previous stanza, he had told that the first one was quite good. The second one was a little bit grassy and he felt that maybe it's a good option. And then he said, fine, both of them are more or less the same. And now, he is continuing to tell what the next step is. He is telling, and both that morning equally lay, in leaves no step that trodden black. That particular morning, it means when he has to take a decision. See, decisions are taken by every person. Each person gets an opportunity to take a decision. So, when he had to choose, when he had to make a choice, then he felt that it was in leaves no step had trodden black. That means no one had stepped on it. No one had taken that path. No one has felt that, okay, this is a right career, let me choose it. No, they didn't do it. So he's telling it was not. Oh, I kept the first for another day. And that's the reason why the one which was taken by many, he kept it for another day. What does this another day mean? It means that he wanted to check and find out if a career which is not taken by all is suitable for him. It's not that he is going to do something different. Maybe he doesn't like those which others are doing and he has taken that. Yet knowing how way leads on to way, I doubted if I should ever come back. Now this is something a life teaches us. Every person, whoever has taken a decision to do something in their lives, start doing it conveniently. In case it is their own choice, they don't repent. They don't say, why did I take it up? They don't. They feel, I took it, let me do it. In case it is forced upon by someone, maybe peers, maybe parents, maybe someone else, XYZ, whoever it is. What happens? They might take a career as per the choice of whoever is showing them domination or overpowering them. And later what happens? Can they come back to that particular career that they are interested in? It's a doubt. And that's the reason he's telling, I doubted if I should ever come back. That means after he has chosen the second path, in case he is unsuccessful, can he come back to the first one? It might take a long period of time. It's not something which can happen in a few months. It takes years for us to understand whether we fit in a particular profession, in a particular career. And see the last two lines which are here. Yet knowing how way leads on to way, he does not know, what's going to happen. No one can tell. I doubted if I should ever come back. So he has a doubt. What's the doubt? Can I come back to the one which I had left? Is the choice which I have taken a right one? So these are the doubts that the poet has in his mind. Same rule applies once again for the rhyme scheme. Lay, day, way, black, back. It's easy. Now the next stanza. I shall be telling this with a sigh. Somewhere, ages and ages hence, two roads diverged in a word, and I took the one less travelled by, and that has made all the difference. You might have heard your parents, your grandparents, or someone talking to you about the career that they had chosen, isn't it? In case they are successful, what do they say? You see, I did a good thing then. In case they are unsuccessful, I did a mistake then. This is how they say. Sigh. Sigh is nothing but a deep breath. When you feel that, it's negative, you say. So it is a sigh. And what is this poet telling us now? He is telling that in the future, he is going to tell about this choice that he had to take. Ages and ages hence. That means in the future, maybe to his grandchildren, he might tell them, see, long ago, I had to take a decision. That's what he says. That means the poet had to take decision, or else, in case we get into the shoes of the poet, every person has to take a decision. Correct? But here the poet is telling that in the future, he is going to tell someone, that is ages and ages from then, that I took the one less traveled by. That means he had chosen a career which was not taken by the others. Now we know who this I is. It's Robert Frost, isn't it? And what's the career that he had chosen? To become a writer. So is he successful or unsuccessful? Obviously successful. Had he been unsuccessful, today we would not have been reading any kind of a poem written by him, isn't it? He had taken a challenging one and he had become successful. And then he's telling, and that has made all the difference. In case you're successful, wow, I did it. In case you're unsuccessful, oh, I did a mistake. This is how people react to whatever decisions that one has taken. So, one thing has to be understood, that decision making has to be done carefully. Weigh the pros and cons. Is this right? Is that right? What happens if I do that? What happens if I do that? Don't think it's going to be tough. It's easy. Only thing is, think with a clear head and you can be in the right place. So, let's now go to the literary devices. Rhyme scheme, we had seen in all the stanzas, it is the same. That is AB, AAB. Very easy for us to follow. Next one is symbolism. What is the meaning of symbolism? Here, we had seen the two roads, isn't it? I'm all the time drawing these two roads. This is symbolic. Symbolic in the sense, as soon as we say two roads, decision making. How are you going to take the decision? What are the points that you would consider for the sake of taking a particular decision? That's the reason. As soon as someone says two roads, it is decision making. And the next one is anaphora. Anaphora is nothing but a repetition of a word or words in the beginning of any line. We had got the word and in 3 lines, second line, third line and the fourth line, and that is called as anaphora. And the next one is alliteration. Alliteration is the repetition of consonant sound. And where is this consonant sound repeated? It is in the beginning of the word. That means in any given word, in case there are 3 to 4 words, if at all, see there's an example given here, first and for. If there is first and for, this, they are beginning and they are in the same line, this becomes alliteration. And in our poem, we have with wa sound, that is wanted where. We also have with fa sound, that is first, for. And we also have with this theatre sound, that is though and that. The next thing that we have is repetition. And what is the repetition that we have? Ages. And hence and ages and ages. He tells that. Why does he do that? For the sake of emphasis. To say that yes, later on, maybe he will recollect this particular time when he had to take the decision, and he tells in the future to his children, to his grandchildren, or to whoever is there around to listen to him. And that is repetition. Another thing is two roads are diverged in a wood. This is one line which is there in two stanzas. So this particular line is repeated, and the word ages is also repeated. I hope everyone has got a clear idea about this poem, The Road Not Taken. I wanted you all to comment in the box telling how you felt about it. Please do like, share and subscribe to our channel. Have a good day.